Viewfinder inactive. I don't care. Get off of my screen. Thank you. Where are we going? We're doing this. Holy cow. My laptop is screaming right now. Hold on. I need to get into... I'm not doing CPU heavy activities on my computer right now. Let me get out of turbo mode and we are jumping to silent mode. Because that is quite loud. Quite loud. Things should start cooling down. Calming down a little bit. Button pushing, welcome. Welcome. Okay, that's much better. That was a 982, by the way. We don't need screaming laptops right now. It's a little bit obnoxious. I'm not gaming anymore. I was doing that earlier, and I had my computer in turbo mode. So it was just very quite loud. That is the wrong one. Oh, I did my cross wrong. That's where that piece went. It's in the cross. That's where the F12 piece that I couldn't find is. Every time I can't find an F12 piece, it's probably in the cross. Different angle? Yeah, I know. I'm experimenting with things. Because right now, I really don't feel like setting up my boom arm camera angle that's, like, top down. Because that requires me to, like, attach an entire arm to my desk, and that's just, like, in the way, and it's a process. Right now, I have my camera on a tripod, so I'm experimenting with things kind of off to the side. Earlier, it was more to the side than this. I think next stream, I will probably try it even more, like, back here, so it's kind of more over the shoulder. So, I'm just trying to see what I end up liking best. .48 or 84, my bad. So yeah, feel free to give me feedback on the camera angle, whether or not you like it. That was a solution error. And mid-execution. You do like it? Sick. +2s aren't real. They don't exist. Nice. 941. RT Cuber, welcome to the stream. I like your enthusiasm. I hope you're having a wonderful evening, day, whatever time it is, wherever you are. .1107. Nice setup. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. I spent a lot of time refining this setup. Did I get a new laptop? No, I did not get a new laptop. I've had this laptop a long time, but what happened was, okay, so up here where I'm pointing, I have a window, right? So it has like blinds. It has the kind of blinds that are like a whole bunch of flaps that you kind of just like you pull the string and they go up. So what happened is, this was like 6 months ago, or no, it was not that long ago. It was beginning of the year. It was January. I pulled the string to lift the blinds, and the entire blinds came down, just the whole thing, and they landed on my laptop screen. So I was without a working laptop screen for a very long time, and I finally got it fixed the other day, so now I can do live streams again. Dude, stop messing up last move. So, yes, it is the same laptop. Oh, I forgot to turn on a sub count. Let's see. YouTube. Give me a second, chat. I gotta pull it up. I can do this pretty quickly. As long as my internet doesn't want to be just super slow. Analytics. And see live sub count. It pops up. Oh, that is an ugly spot. Why is it there? Why is it... We're moving it here. And we're making it smaller. Because it doesn't need to be that small. Wait a minute. Actually, I need to make it even more subtle than that. Sub count. Filters. Color correction. What we need is a... No, not that. I need a color key. Custom color. Select color. Black. And with that, we now have transparency. Depending on how I want to go about this. Okay. Hold on, guys. I just realized that the back of my desk looks really ugly, so I'm just going to shove this stuff to the side. Or onto the floor, I guess that works too. And out of camera frame, so it doesn't look as ugly. There you go, that looks prettier. W sub count? Yeah, I'm actually, we're going to go back to it. And chroma key, opacity. Oh, that doesn't quite do what I wanted. No, what I need it to do is make the gray, it's covering a little bit lighter. And then, oh my goodness. That did not work. You know what, we're keeping it at this. This is fine, nice and subtle. Now that like the background isn't as messy, that looks better. Anyways, moving on. WZBLL. Gotta love that. Is that the V4? It is indeed. I love this cube. I mean, it's not better than the V3. They're like practically the same cube. But the difference is... this is newer than the V4. So like literally... As a cube, they're the same thing, but since I bought this cube more recently than my V3, I made it, so it just makes sense. And that's actually not a common opinion about this cube from what I've heard. I've heard definitely a lot of people who like get different feels out of this, but I think the difference for me is that the feel that I like in a Rubik's Cube is achievable on this cube and the V3, though some of the settings work differently. So if somebody likes a certain type of feel, it might be more achievable on this cube versus the V3 or vice versa. But for me, the feel I like, you can get equally on both cubes. So they're the same for me. And it really would take a lot of experimenting to figure out if it's good for you. That's the problem with recommending Rubik's Cubes, is that it's really not objective. Like, there are some objective things, like, don't get the GAN RS, but, like, they're, like, the best cubes, like the higher-end GAN cubes, the Tornado, there's a lot of higher-end MoU cubes. It really depends on what you like. Oh, that is a pair. Don't pull it out, please. $9.98. If that wasn't sub 10, that would have been just bad on my part. It would have been embarrassing. You heard the magnets are stronger? Yeah, I don't know. I don't touch magnets. If it has magnets, cool. I've never been able to feel a difference with stronger magnets versus not, so I've never worried about it. I mean, of course I can feel that they're stronger, but I've never really preferred one to the other, so I really just keep them at medium and don't worry about it. Wow, there are a lot of wasted moves in that, yet it was still an 8.8. Okay. Really? Plus 2s aren't real, actually. Do I practice 2x2? Not since my 2x2 broke. But I average about 4. So, like... Sorry, I'm trying to reach into... Well, I'll put this here for now. I cannot find anything. I need to organize my drawers so badly. Of course it was way in the back. Here. This. I have no idea what the heck this is, but listen to it. It sounds like a Thocky keyboard. That's not what you want your Rubik's Cubes to sound like. Just listen to that. Sorry, I keep bumping the mic. Not only that, but it turns awfully. This wasn't my main. I had the... What was it? Was it RS2M? Or, no. No, it was, it was something Elite. I think it was like the... Maybe it was like RS2... No, it wasn't RS. It was... Was it Cheeky or I cannot remember what cube I had. Anyways, it was a pretty decent cube. No, I'm talking about 2x2s. But this one is not a decent cube. But even on this cube, I can average about 4 seconds. So when I get a better 2x2, if that ever happens, I can probably average 3.5 to 4 if I practice it. Gotta love messing up your algorithms to get a 13. $11.30. Can I make a sub 12 tutorial? I don't like tutorials that say, do this to be better. Literally, that's not how it works. You want to know how you get faster? Literally just practice. Learn new things, practice, you'll get there eventually. Some people don't get sub 12 until they've learned full CFOP. Some people can average sub 8 when they're still, like, don't know all their CFOP algorithms. Some people need to have full ZVLL to average sub 10. I'm almost sub 10, and I don't know, like, I know, like, 3 ZBLLs. It's really just practice more. You can get fast with any method. Like, you could sub 15 beginner method, like, pretty easily. Like, if I spent a week, I could easily average sub 15 with beginner method. So, I don't like tutorials that be like, this is how you get sub 12. But I just think the biggest thing is practice. Just practice a lot, get good at what you know, and if you feel like you need to learn more, then learn more. Obviously, a good thing to pay attention to is your splits. So if you can time your splits individually, like this, how fast, so you figure out on average how fast do I do cross. Congrats on the sponsor. You never got the chance to tell me, buddy. That was like a year and a half ago. Anyways, I appreciate that. Yeah, if you can do your splits, like see how fast your cross is, your F2L, your last layer, and then if one of them is like slower than it should be, then just focus on that. It's a lot of help. Like, I did this for a while. If you can focus on individual splits at a time, there's a lot of great tools on CS Timer for that. Darn. Last move better, Kyle. Come on. Do you think ZBLL is worth it? Absolutely. If you can get good at ZBLL, that will definitely help you improve. But it depends on if you want to spend all that time, because it is definitely a surefire way to improve, but it is a lot of dedication you have to put into it. Sub 8 because I read the PLL skip. I locked up on literally this algorithm, but it would have been like 7.6 or something, but 7.98, I am not complaining about that. Yo, I'm back now. I am indeed. Welcome back, Bean. That is not where that goes. Bro, 2 skips in a row? Dude, that could have been an 8. I should have gotten an 8 with that. I messed up one of the pairs. But actually, come to think of it, if I didn't mess up that pair, I probably would not have gotten the PLL skip. So it probably worked out for the better. Okay, 10:43. It was a little slower at the end, but yeah. Caden Lee, welcome to the stream. I hope you're having a good day. Come on, I need more variety on the welcomes. I'm always like, hello so-and-so, welcome to the stream. I hope you're having a good day. I'm trying to be like nice, but it's not unnice what I'm saying. It's just like generic, and I don't have any variety. I say the same thing to every single person. I need to change the wording up sometimes. I hope you're having a fantastic day, a wonderful day. What's a good adjectives? I hope your day was fantastic to the point of ludicrosity. If any of y'all know what that means. NPC moment intro. It's so real. I don't want that to happen, but then I see it happen to me and I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm becoming your everyday streamer. I will not stop greeting people, though. I like greeting people. Like, I kind of like being a small channel. As much as, like, growing is cool, but, like, if I can do live streams to, like, 4 or 5 people at a time, I never, like, never ignore people. Everyone in the chat gets acknowledged and I can communicate with. Whereas if you're streaming to 1,000 people, like, that's pretty sweet that you can stream to 1,000 people, but like you can't interact with all 1,000 people at once. Okay, my timer is tearing itself apart as we speak. I really need to get a new one. I'm working on it. When I get a new timer, I will actually be able to plug it into the computer. This one can plug into the computer, but it doesn't work. So when I get a new one, ooh, that's an X cross. Anyways, when I get a new one, I'll be able to put live timer on my live streams, and that'll be cool. W736 full step with the X cross. That was just such an easy solve. Soon into JB perm. Like, you cannot ask for a better full step last layer. Get a GAN 5. Oh, a Gen 5. Yeah, I am getting a Gen 5 because that's all that's available, because I'm not getting something that's not speed stacks, because if it's not speed stacks, it's bad. But I actually like this timer so much better than the Gen 5. I like the Gen 4 better, but it's not available. They don't make it anymore. What in the world? Just like free pairs left and right? Good last layer cases. Not actually great time though. 1037. Oh, sorry, 1073. It's technically slower than average, so that's all right. It's better than 12s. I get too many 12s these days. I need to be thankful when it's not a 12. here. $10.68. Yeah, it'll be so much more of an improvement to my stream when I can get live timer on the screen. And I refuse to use keyboard as my timer. I just do. $11.01. Any idea of another video? Yeah, I actually have a couple coming up. I sent some requests to SpeedCube Shop, and if those can get approved, I have a few video ideas planned. Nice. 906. Fun Blocks plays. You can't do CFOP. That's fine. Do Rue. Rue is just as good, if not better. Just not as many people do it. It hasn't been as refined as CFOP has. $9.35. $10.89. This up and I don't know why I opted to sledge that last pair, but I guess it kind of worked. Have I tried 4x4 before? Yes, indeed. I actually averaged sub 50 on 4x4. 4x4 is one of my favorite events. I just need to get a new 4x4 because mine is so bad it makes it unfun. What would I do if I broke the Rubik's Cube world record? I would get blasted by the internet for being fake because I am not capable of doing that. I wouldn't believe myself. I'd accuse myself of being fake if that happened, honestly. My goodness. I need to lock up less than I did in that solve. That was very lucky. You prime. Boom, boom. Am I dumb? I am a little bit dumb, yeah. No, don't lock up the T-perm. It's so sad. Can't find any CFOP tutorials that are actually understandable. Well, CFOP is... Why was it tracking my hand like that? That's goofy. Anyway, CFOP is just memorize algorithms. It's not really hard to learn how to do it. You just have to memorize all the algorithms. And if it's F2L that confuses you, well, I've got a good tutorial for you. It's called F2L Made Easy. It's one of my most viewed videos, actually. I've gotten some pretty positive feedback on it if you want to check it out. But yeah, CFOP is just a whole bunch of memorization. For last layer, at least. What the flip? That was so goofy. Also, +2s don't exist. When I solved that, here, let me see if I can replicate it. Here, let me look at the scramble. It's gonna break the graphics for a second. I'm re-looking at the scramble. Um, okay. So what do we do? How did I go about this? I think... I'm trying to figure out what in the world... I think I did this. That is most definitely not what I did. I'm trying to figure out. So just like a wacky thing happened to me and I didn't know what to do with it in that solve. Okay. I might have done like this. Okay, yeah, no. Oh my goodness. That's actually such a good cross solution that I passed up on. That's fine, though. That's fine. I'm not going to figure it out. Anyways, when I solved the cross, I had 3 of the corners of the cross already done. So I had, like, almost completed the side, and it just threw me off a little bit. We did cross -1 for 3 of 4 pairs. That was kind of nice. Does being able to turn fast come with learning CFOP? Being able to turn fast comes with practicing and doing this way too much. Learning CFOP does not mean you can turn fast. Like I said earlier, you can turn really fast and you can average sub 15 with beginner method if you really, really want to. I don't know if I'd recommend it, but you could do it. Did I put that in? Turning fast just comes with a whole lot of practice. That's just so much improvement on anything. You just eventually get really good at what you can do, and you can just do it quite mindlessly, and then you don't really have to think about your turning. We're gonna insert this real quick. Wow, messed up the end there. But I didn't stop the timer, so it does actually count what I did. What are you gonna do? No! I messed up OLL. That's really sad. 1397. That is a very, very bad time that I should never get. One mistake can lead to just detriment. Here we go. $9.95. That was a little bit of effort into preserving that pair. Oh no, the screen went black. Hold on, guys. Let me finish this solve. Oh, I messed up. You know what? Y'all didn't see that solve, and I can confirm that y'all didn't see that solve. Hold up. Sometimes my camera just, like, sleeps. How many algorithms are there in the CFOP method? I believe it's, like, 72 or something. You have, like, 54 OLLs and... or something like that. I think it might be 22 PLLs and 58 OLLs, so maybe it's like 86. I don't know. It's a lot. It's a lot of algorithms. It takes a long time to memorize them all, but it is worth it. It does help you get faster. How do you memorize 72 algorithms? One at a time. That's how you do it. One at a time, and just accept that it's gonna take you a while. Like, you can probably memorize a single algorithm in a day. Like, if you do one algorithm a day, you have it all done in 3 months. Why do things keep popping up on the camera? Can my camera just stay blank? Come in. do want to make cookies, but I'll make them later. It was my little sister. I chose some really weird solution in terms of what finger tricks were required to do it well. They were hard finger tricks, and I didn't do them very well. 1259 plus 2s don't count. Ezra Alet. Some people memorize all of ZBLL algs. Yeah, it's a lot. People do crazy things. Someone memorized full one look last layer, and that's like 1700 algorithms. Like, you can get any OLL case, and then you're able to get a PLL skip every single time. That's just absolutely insane. I think 57 OLL and 22 PLL would be 79. Yeah, I think that's right. I think that's right. How many algorithms? Yeah. Yeah, sorry, I was reading back in chat a little bit. Only bad thing is that recog time for that. But man, if he just keeps at it, he could get recognition down so fast. Like recognition, like, yeah, that's hard, but like it's not doable. You think of Timon Koleshinsky, full ZBLL, and he hardly pauses. He can recognize things so fast. Dino Story, welcome back. Hope you had a great day. $10:37 with a slightly illegal timer stop, but we're not going to worry about that. What number did I start on? Solves. Did I start on 550? I think I might have. How long have we been going? We've been going. Yeah, there's no way I started on 400. Or sorry, on 500. I should not have done that algorithm. DNFs don't count at home? Yeah. And plus 2s just aren't even real. Also, OCLL plus CP pred for ZBLs. Man, I don't even want to think about all that stuff. I don't think I'm ever going to learn ZBLL. I don't really think I want to get that fast. I mean, I do, but like that's a lot of work. I have too much of a life for that. Any tips on consistent sub 10? I am not sub 10. But I know what I'm going to do is I am going to practice a whole lot, and hopefully that'll get me there. You know, all PLL and almost done learning OLL. 14.3 average in your first comp. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. What it's going to take is the biggest step for getting your time. The easiest step to improve on is probably F2L. Once you've learned all of the last layer algorithms, you can really start nailing down F2L. That's really what got me fast, was when I just dedicated practicing to F2L to get good at look ahead prediction, all those things, and just good fluent fast turning. There's just a lot you can do that can help you improve. Oh my goodness, so many messages came. Most people are telling me pausing during F2L is the main issue. Yes, that is a big issue, and it's fixable. So how you practice that is you do a whole bunch of slow solves. I know it's painful, but once you do slow solves, you start seeing patterns, and you start seeing patterns come up again, and then you start recognizing those patterns faster, and then you have to pause lesser for shorter amounts of time. I mean, you don't have a life? Then go knock yourself out. Learn full one look F2L. Where you can look at the cross and solve the whole cube from there. Finish OLL and work on consistency. Yeah. Your personal best is 1 minute 40 seconds. That's all right. Just practice. Learn new methods or practice. If you can do it, that's a great first step. Just one look solving the cube. Yeah, that's so real. Do an hour of practice where you spend 5 minutes scramble inspecting 2 pairs, then cross plus 1 for 15 seconds will be easy. Yeah. There's... like, not necessarily that that's how you should structure it, but structuring your practice time is also very helpful for improvement. And that's just a general fact about anything. Here we go. $10.21. Oh, that is not a great solution right there. I'm guessing that was an 80 move solution, which if you know anything about high level CFOP, that's pretty bad. What was the time? It was 12:55. Where is that piece? It's right there. $12.15. Wow, 2 12s in a row. Ruhang off solution. Real. Just do 80 moves in 2.7 seconds. And... man. Kids these days are absolutely crazy. Just like, you make jokes like, no one can execute a 50-move solution in less than 3 seconds. And then people just literally do that. And they're like 12 years younger than you. It doesn't make any logical sense, but yet here we are in this world that we live in. Big cubes are also huge at helping you look ahead and turn more consistently. I don't like big cubes because of needing to be good at look ahead. Because you have to be able to be fluent. Because if you're not fast in big cubes, then you probably spend half of your time looking for things. I guess big cubes can be a good way to help you be good at just finding things. But, like, really when you're doing 3x3, you shouldn't have to find things. You should just be able to know where they are once you get to a high enough level. You currently have a Moyu R-Stream 2020, but you're planning on getting a Super R-Stream 2022. That is a pretty solid upgrade, honestly. It's like, I don't know, $12 more expensive? $8 to $20 or something? Maybe even cheaper than that. That is a pretty solid upgrade. And if you want to get more of that, there are a lot of Moyu cubes. The WRM line of Moyu is just very, very solid at a whole lot of price points. If you want to spend like $40, I definitely recommend the X-Men Tornado series. V3 and V4 are both good. But yeah, R-Stream 2022 Super, that's a solid cube. $4.68. $9.68. Why did I say 4? You hate big cubes and your heads are small. Yeah. I am gonna hate big cubes when I finally sign up for that 5-blind competition that doesn't exist yet. I don't know why, but I am planning on doing 5 blinds sometime in my life. Because I want officially every single event on my WCA profile. So I can't do that without doing freaking 5 blind, because for whatever reason, that's an official event, and mirror blind is not. Goodness gracious, I really want mirror blind to be an official event. It is literally would be so good. Where? $10.88. Moyu big cubes are on the smaller end, very manageable. Yeah, I am not an authority on big cubes. Y'all can enlighten me about big cubes. I need to get the Ven cube. This is going to be my new 4x4. That's what a lot of people have recommended me. Because currently I have GTS 3M. Whoa. Where did that name come from? That is my old main 3x3. That is my main blind 3x3. Anyways, not GTS 3M. What is the very that's like the Chihi, goodness gracious, I've been out of cubing for too long. It's like a very famous 4x4. Like all the Moyu big cubes. Like the Moyu... Yeah, I cannot. You cannot. The famous one. Vin is stable, but the Aosu V7 does laps around it in performance. The Volk? No, it's... I can picture what the freaking box looks like. Hold on. It's probably one to be the first things that pops up when I search in Speedcube Shop. 4x4. YJMGC 4x4. That's the one I couldn't come up with the name of. I do not know why. That's what I have. I have a really old one that is become very slow and locky. Yeah, YJMGC is what it was. And I've been told that, despite that being a good one, that I should get the Ven Cube probably. I'm going to look into it a little more before I get one, but I'm not really going to get one until I have another comp planned. For whatever reason, Florida decided we're not going to host any more competitions anymore. We haven't had one in like a year. It's probably a little exaggerated. There was one in like December. There was one way up in Tallahassee, but I live really far from Tallahassee, so those are kind of hard to make. We really like the GAN 5x5, but dang, it's very big. Yeah. Lefty A-perm user? Yes. I like the lefty A-perm. It's solid. I'm actually do A-perms in a very unique way, at least the normal one. So like, okay, we have lefty A-perm, just the very standard algorithm. But for this one, the righty A-perm, I actually do this. Don't lock. It's a freestyle commutator because I do a lot of blindfolded, and it's really nice because it comes from home position. Whereas the normal algorithm, you have to regrip like this. Despite it being a faster algorithm, this one just comes from home grip, so I like it. Alchong is greater than GAN. Yeah, I would be very surprised if GAN had the best or even a good big cube. Because GAN is not even good at making 3x3s anymore, if we're being completely honest. That was ugly. Some ugly finger tricks, but it's fine. It's an acceptable time. You can't do right D2 double flip like this. You just practice it and you'll get it. I wasn't able to do lefty for a while, but just practice it, and it doesn't take long before you can get it. Nice, 808. GAN 5x5 is great, but it's too big, and the inner layer magnets are way too weak. Yeah. I mean, I can't speak on this. Again, y'all say things, I'll read them. Wait, skip. Aw, dadgummit. T-perm, not complaining. 874. Back-to-back 8s. But that kind of looked like a soon PLL skip, and it wasn't. Which I actually did a slightly slower algorithm because it looked like it. Like, it was an anti-soon, which is slightly slower than a normal soon because I had to regrip to get to it because of where I was. Oh. Dude, why am I messing up my MU algorithms right now? You think Moyu is just rock solid consistency? Moyu is probably the best all around speed cube company. Like, if I had to pick a single speed cube company to be the only company to exist, it would be Moyu, because they are just so good all around. You just learned soon ZBLL. Only 144. Yeah, only 144. A lot of them are really easy, but yeah, that's a lot of algorithms. Oh, where is it? It's over here. $11.39. Not good. Nope. Nah. 12, 12. Look at that. 12, 11, 11, 12. That is not a good streak right there. I don't like seeing that at all. Should you get a super way long V2? I've not tried that cube, so I can't say anything. Bang! I saw the skip, wasn't really sure about it. That might have been really loud. I think I bumped the mic. Sorry. 7:14. That's a very nice time. Ooh, we've gained 2 subscribers. Nice. 809 Nox 15. Welcome to the stream. Yo. You just came in on a really good time. If you're expecting that to be every single solve, I hate to break it to you. I do not average even sub 10. But sometimes, sorry, sometimes I do get a good solve. $10.49. You're also in Cuba? I'm not in Cuba. But if you're from Cuba... Oh, you're also a Cuba. Okay. I thought you were saying I'm from Cuba. Okay. I get it now. You're a Cuber. You're just using weird stylistic choices in spelling, we'll say. Ooh. W pseudo-slotting, 1024. Haha, still cool. Yeah. The Super V2 is like someone put together the best qualities of the GAN 11 and the Worm V10. Sounds like a pretty good cube. But what good qualities are you talking about in the GAN? Well, no, GAN 12 was their last good cube. The GAN 13 wasn't good. The GAN 12 was good. I forgot about that. I was never big into GAN cubes, but I did try them all. Yeah, some jazz guy. I am in fact sponsored by speedcubeshop.com. Use discount code K4Cubing for 5% off. I will not buy it from other stores because that would just... First of all, that probably breaks my contract. I'm not completely sure. It might, but also it's just disrespectful even if it doesn't. And honestly, it probably doesn't break the contract because, like, what if there are cubes that are unavailable? That's happened to me a couple times. But, like, it's just disrespectful to not buy from the company that I support. Okay, 10.59 is acceptable. How do you get sponsored by Speedcube Shop? Send them an email and see if they want to sponsor you. That's what I did. Hi, welcome to the stream. Your name is Hi, that's cool. All the very best. Thank you very much. Should be sending you the cube for real. Yeah, they actually do that. They do that sometime. I put in request forms for a couple things that will be for hopeful future videos coming up. We'll see if I can get those approved. Skip, please. Oh, yeah, not if you do the wrong algorithm. That's not how life works. 1309. Dadgummit. I'm going to look at that, see if it was a skip, and if I'm just that bad. Okay. So what did I likely do with that? My guess would be I did this, and then this, and then this, and then this, and then this. Okay, yep. And did it skip? Oh, no, Ephraim. Okay. That's fine. But I did do 2 OLLs. So, that's not very fun. You've been trying to get sponsored? Yeah, if you can really find a way to bring value to the company, you should be able to do it. Wait, am I really that stupid? Okay, that was way too much effort to preserve the pair. But I guess it works. +2s don't exist. 1055. It's acceptable. Hella in moves in F2L, very root core. I didn't do any M moves in F2L. Oh, wait. Yes, I do. I do. Wait a second. When I insert into the back like this, if it's not, like, easy, I will do this rotationless algorithm. You're just watching a Nox video? Nice. Okay. Yeah, the M moves I do have absolutely nothing to do with Ru. $10.98. Cube Stuff, welcome, welcome. Teens Trends, welcome. You've been editing a video for the past 4 hours, you're dead. That is so real. I have spent so long. If you watch my roasting my viewers 3x3 solves, goodness gracious, all the editing I put into that video. I really, really was a tryhard for that video. I just did maximum stimulation. I need to cut every quarter of a second. That was a wild video. That video is still very fun to watch, though. And it did well, so I'm kind of happy with it, but I put in way too much effort for that video. What method do I use? I use CFOP. Plain and simple. Nothing special. This is going like this. $11.95. Dadgummit. You're so close to 2,000 subs. You'll get there, man. I was so close for so long, then I stopped uploading. But I got there, so you'll get there. Diaz. Yeah, I don't want to think about Spanish right now. 1019. Is there a short version of CFOP so you don't have to learn 78 algorithms? I mean, there is like 4-look last layer, whereas normal CFOP is 2-look last layer, which is less algorithms. It's just more steps, so it takes longer. You can look up tutorials for beginner, OLL, and PLL. JPerm has good. Why? Why is the autofocus thing on my screen? Get off of my screen. Go away. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. My camera is really goofing off right now. Yeah, I would recommend you start with the beginner method because a lot of those algorithms you do end up using in the full method, and then you can slowly start incorporating the full method algorithms. You don't need to like learn them all at the same time. That's a big misconception. You can just like slowly work your way at them. Like from the time that I started to the time that I finished learning full PLL and OLL was definitely like a year and a half. It was a very long time. 1036 plus 2s don't exist. So you don't have to learn 78 algs, but like, I would recommend it. You're going to subscribe? Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Wow, my turning went way ahead of my brain there. I paused because my brain said, oh, I haven't actually done this next step, but then I had actually done it, and that broke my brain. And so there was just a big pause. Still a 1006 though. That's a good solve. $10.58. 1035. Nice. You gotta go. I'll see you later, Dino. Thanks for stopping by. Your fastest solve was only 28 seconds for 3x3 with a skip and 8 seconds for 2x2 with a skip. I mean, I was at that point too. So, yeah, you just practice, you'll get better. And those are pretty good solves. Like, most people in the world, even who can solve it, cannot do it that fast. That's unfortunate. E-perms really are the worst. Because they're just really annoying to recognize and orient correctly. Because if you mess it up, you're going to have to do an H-perm at the end. And that's just a waste of time. Despite H-perm being really fast, it's still a waste of time. Yo, I almost messed up that AUF. There are some pretty ugly finger tricks in that, but otherwise the solution was really good. So 972. W sub 10. That was not the piece I thought it was. Well, that's unfortunate. 1256. Gotta immediately counteract the sub 10. Because why would I allow myself to have a sub 10? Like, what? You're ignoring your group calls. You can watch this. Appreciate it. Appreciate the watch time, my guy. 1145. That's not a good 2 solves in a row. You know what? I'm gonna... $10.02. Darn it. I wanted to sub 10 that. It's alright, though. Why does my camera do this? Give me a second. Boom. We're back. 1018 was that solve. Approximately how many cubes you got? I don't know. 40, 50? You got a lot of cubes. $11.55. I'm not good at reading orientations in that scenario. Ah! I don't appreciate that one. 1201 because I dropped it. Can I stop? Okay, I don't care about my viewfinder camera. I'm not trying to use the viewfinder right now. You don't need to tell me that it's disabled. Let's see. 28. Darn the V-perm, man. What is the world record? It is 3.05 seconds. That is the world record. Nowhere near the realm of what I can do. So if you want to see a world record, go look it up on YouTube. You will not be seeing it here. Hate to break it to you. Not liking the solve. Now we got a J-perm. Sub 11. Camille Venturini. Welcome to the stream. We are going to do 9 more solves, and then I'm going to head out. Been streaming a while, and I want to make cookies tonight, and it is already 9:30, so it's quite late. So, gotta hurry this up. Holy cow, I completely cooked that cross. What in the world? Oh no. You know what? We're not worrying about this all. PLL skip. Y'all don't get to know how slow that was. $11.01. That's not great. Here we go. This one here, this one there. Put your F12 slots in the right spot, and maybe you won't get a 1250, 1260. Ugh, that's frustrating. We can't end off the day like this. We need to start locking in before the last day of 5. $9.66. There we go. That's better. That's what we want to see more of. $11.03. That's not good. All right, we are in the final AO5 of the day. Make it sub 10, please. $9.95. Plus 2s don't exist. World record is like 3.37. Yeah, it's 3.05 actually. So it's insane. Okay. What are we doing with this? $9.96. $9.34. 994. Come on, pure 10. Get a pure 9, pure 9. Come on, get a sub 9 to end off the day. Why can I not think of directions? B prime is this way. Okay, here we go. I don't like this. You know what we're doing? Boom! 979 with the pure 9 final average of 5. Look at that. 989, all 9s. All 5 of them are 9s. Sorry, my cursor brings this stupid thing up. 979, 994, 934, 996, and 995. That is a very, very solid last average to end off the day. Sorry, that placement of the sub count was bothering me a little bit. Alright, let's look at some stats. Y'all can't see this. Here we go. Alrighty. Here's my stats page. These are kind of cool to see. I like CubeDesk. It's got some cool stuff. I like the look of the UI. It looks really nice. I spent 4 days, 15 hours, and 19 minutes cubing on this session. That was before. This is after I switched from CS Timer. 28,000 solves, 3x3, 24,650. Average of 50, 75, okay, 1068, this number right here. This is my overall average for today's session. That's not great, but that is much better than yesterday's 11.1. Holy cow, I don't know how I pulled that off. Average of 1,000, 1055, after 2,000, 1074. You see these numbers are smaller. That's because I obviously took like a 6-month break from cubing, so I'm actually slower than I used to be by like, I don't know, 0.4 seconds or something. So yeah, I like to look at these stats and see, yeah, you can see this graph, how, see improvement, and then break about here, and it's going up again. It won't go too far up. It'll probably stop like, I will stop at like 10.7 or something will probably be where this goes. But yeah. Anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed the live stream today. I'm going to head out. I have some things to do I'd like to do before I go to bed. Thank y'all for watching. I really, really appreciate y'all. And God bless, and I'll see y'all next time.